Alright guys, so today's video is honestly probably the hardest one that I've had to make. And a lot of you already know this because you saw my post the other day that today or tomorrow, it depends on when I upload this, is officially my last day as a full-time YouTuber. And it really even is just hard to kind of even say that because I started this channel 8 years ago. In fact, it's almost been 9 years ago, but I've been doing it full time for almost 4 years. And that means I wake up, I am already at my studio, I start working first thing in the morning, I'm testing products, I'm working on a video. Like, I am fully dedicated to this channel. And I've been fully dedicated, much longer than the 4 years, but it's been 4 years to fully commit all of my time to this channel. And for the most part, it's been super successful, and I wouldn't be able to even be in this position if it weren't for you guys. So first off, I want to thank everybody. I mean, honestly, to be able to even do this at any point in my life just has been incredible. And so with saying that, I want to kind of just give you a full story of how much this means to me, where I'm at mentally and everything right now, because I'm not in a good place. I mean, honestly, it feels like I'm losing something that is a huge part of my life. Although I'm not losing the channel, I'm just losing the ability to fully focus on it. So let's go ahead and start with why this meant so much to me. Now, I got to go back to high school for this, even though I didn't start in high school. I'm somebody that didn't complete high school. I didn't graduate. I had a daughter at the age of 16, and it kind of derailed what I had planned for my life. And I'm one of those that I understand things just don't go as planned. So my life, for the most part, has been adjusting to all kind of situations around me. I've had to work multiple jobs. I've had to just have the bare minimum for a long time. Me and my wife, at some points, we lived in this very small apartment. We had a tiny TV that just kind of sat between two chairs. We lived off of whatever meals we could pull out of the freezer, heat up. Like, we have been there and been through a lot. And so for the most part, when I went through trying to raise a child in high school, you have that, especially at the time that I was going through, where a lot of people just immediately knew you weren't going to succeed. You didn't graduate. You're not going to college. It's going to be hard for you to be able to do whatever you're going to do moving forward. And I kind of took that as like a motivation to pursue anything that I was doing to the fullest. Like, I wasn't fine with just having a job. I wanted to be the one that, managed where I was at, that I, worked really hard to get up to the point where I was at, no matter where I was working. And so with YouTube, it was the first time that I felt like I really, really accomplished something from a work standpoint. I mean, it was something that I've built from nothing. It started off as a hobby just because it was things that I enjoyed. And I still love audio products. I love earbuds, headphones. I like to get my hands on new tech, just the same as I did years ago. But when I started this channel, I recorded on like whatever I could find. There was some where I recorded on an iPad. I've recorded on phones. In fact, this right here is also recorded on a phone because I've had to sell a lot of my higher end equipment that I was using just so that I could even continue to, produce content on the channel and be able to still kind of take care of bills and make sure I'm able to create content. So I don't have the equipment that I once had. I'm just trying to make things work. But the point is, I went from nothing with this channel and built it into something, and it took forever. I mean, at the beginning, I was buying all of the products that I reviewed. I didn't have any companies sending me anything. And the first time a company reached out to me to send me something, it blew my mind. It was just like somebody believed in what I was trying to do, or, they thought that I had that much of a reach that they were interested in the channel covering their product. And so I've always kind of seen it that way, but I've also kind of approached it in a way where it meant something in what I was even accepting to review. So I don't accept everything. I don't jump at every opportunity that every company sends me. I'm not one of those that agrees that a company should be able to review my videos before I upload them. I don't try to follow certain guidelines when a company sends those. I like to do my videos my way because what's important is how that looks to you guys and building your trust throughout the years. And maybe that's why, the channel's getting to the point that it is. Not accepting those things that were probably easy paychecks has made it where it's kind of hard to sustain keeping the channel going the way that it is. I mean, the money's not there, and maybe it's because I'm not just accepting every dollar that's thrown at me. And I can live with that, but it's still hard to live with the fact that I feel like I'm losing something that I've put so much time into and so much into building. You know, this is something very personal to me, not only because of the content that I talk about, but this is me all of the time. And a lot of you guys I've gotten to know throughout the years, some creators, some people that just watch the channel. I mean, I've ran into people in public that recognized who I was. I've been at different trade shows where, you know, CEOs and people that were with companies, you know, knew who I was, and they really appreciated what I've been able to do for their products. So that's another thing, the relationships that I've built with certain companies. I'm not going to name them because then you guys will always think that I'm biased towards their product, and I'm not. I'm 100% honest with how I feel about a product, no matter what the company is, no matter what my relationship is. I think that I've worked really hard to build that trust and keep that trust with you guys and also the companies that I work with. Now, that's also caused me to lose relationships with some of the companies because they didn't like the fact that, you know, I didn't like a product and I said that, or I said things that I didn't like about it and they thought that I needed to be 100% positive throughout the whole video. And maybe that worked out for the better because then I'm not working with a company that thinks I can only say positive things about their products. It doesn't work that way. I know I'm rambling at this point, but I want you to kind of know what this channel means and what I've put into it and kind of what the thought process is every time I accept a video or work on a video. So really kind of what this all means at this point with now not being able to do it full time is I'm not going to be able to release as many videos, or maybe I can, that I'll have to cut back on some of the production side so that I can keep it going. It goes back to being a hobby, and it goes back to I can just do it, you know, when I find time to be able to do it. That in itself just hurts to say. And I've never asked for anything from you guys. I've never asked for like Patreon. I've never, you know, I've tried to just keep the channel making money, just being a channel. But I have accepted that to this point, I need to start at least opening opportunities for people that do want to help. I will put a link in the description, the Music Monster series t-shirts that I've been working on. This is something that has all been hand-drawn by me. It's something that's very personal because it's offering my own artwork to people. I'll put a link where you can check out those designs. I am going to start a member option for the channel. Now, this is something that YouTube has to approve first, but when it's approved, I'll put this in the description as well. And I'm only offering one level of this, and it's, I think, like $4.99 a month. What it is it's going to give you a once a month like live stream. I'm going to do a live stream just to kind of answer questions, talk about all of the things that I have coming up, kind of where I'm at in life and things like that. I'm also going to release a members only video once a month to give my top earbuds. It just allows me to be able to kind of keep you guys updated on what it is I'm using and what's my personal favorite at the time. And then I am going to make it where members have access to videos a day earlier than when they're released on YouTube. And the benefit to this, now it's only on videos where there's not like a specific date that it has to be released. There are videos that I release where I can't even talk about a product until a certain date. So those I can only release on a certain day. But the advantage of being able to get access to a video early is you will also be able to have access to possibly buy them before they sell out. I've seen where videos come out on a product and, you know, within hours they're sold out on Amazon. So there's a lot of people that kind of miss out on the opportunities to buy things. So there's going to be some different member perks. Again, I'll have all of this in the description once it's available. But to wrap all of this up, I've given this channel everything that I could. I've tried to change some things by talking about other products. I've changed some things by adding a rating system when it comes to different genres of music. I've just tried a different approach to making videos. And I've kind of come to the realization that some of it doesn't really matter what I do. YouTube in general has changed. I mean, the sad thing is the views are actually there comparable to when I was making decent money, but the payout's not there. YouTube's just changed the way that they've paid out, and I have a family I have to look after, and that's what's important. I have to provide for my family, and it's just gotten to the point where YouTube can no longer do that, or I can't do that through YouTube. So I have to kind of stand back from this and go at it from a hobby approach again. And I have to focus on a full-time job, which is going to consume a lot of my time. I mean, that's not the only thing that I do. I also do graphic design for a magazine. I also coach a travel softball team, which that in itself is a full-time thing. But the real full-time job starts tomorrow or today, whenever I decide to upload this. But it starts on a Monday. I'm getting up and getting ready, getting in a car and leaving my studio, or leaving what has been my job now full-time for 4 years, but almost 9 years of doing this. And it just hurts to say that. It's been hard to say that. And I think that's why originally I did a post instead of a video, because I didn't know if I could talk about it without getting choked up. But I'm not normally an emotional person, but this is something important that I just kind of, in a way, feel like it's being taken away from me. I feel like it's out of my control because I'm still doing what it is I do. And maybe that's part of it. It's getting tiring for some people, or some people have their earbuds and they don't really care about the newest ones, and that's completely fine. But I did want to do this video to just kind of let you guys know specifically where I'm at, where I'm going, and what to expect. And then again, if you do want to help the channel, there are now some ways to do that where I've never really offered that before. So I wanted to talk about that. I can't thank you guys, the ones that have just watched content throughout the years or supported the channel. You have no idea how much that actually means. So guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.